and you'll notice it's a little blurry and stuff, but don't worry about that. What you want to do is you actually want to do what's called baking. Baking is the process of taking it, something in the editor, ignore the thunder outside, taking something in the editor and using it, um, think like you have a sculpture and you have shading, and it's shaded because of the light around it, and you want to grab it at that moment, sort of like you would with a picture. That's sort of like what we're doing here. So what you do is you select your sword, shift select the Phong E, the wood. Let me look at my tutorial and make sure I did this right. Actually, this is a tutorial I found online. Most of this stuff you can find online. I don't know the author of this, sorry. But basically, just select your object, select your... Yeah, I'll just go with it from what I did earlier. Go to Edit and the Hypershade this time. Go to Convert to File Texture Maya Software. You want to select the little box next to it, the Options box. And the things I used when I did this last, I did Anti-Alias, I did Fill Texture Seams, and everything else I left to default. You will want to set the X resolution and the Y resolution. Sorry if you already hit the accept button. And the file format to Targa. Make sure you have these set and hit convert. You'll notice when it loads up that the image changed at the bottom. File 4 is now selected instead of a... actually, I'm not sure exactly what happened. But basically what happened is file 4 is now your file that is wrapped around your text, your model. Or actually, no, you have to apply it yourself. I'm sorry. So let's apply it. Select the sword, right-click your Phong E thing, and assign material to selection. Go in here. Here's your model. Notice the green grid is still there. To get rid of that, you can delete your old texture. Just make sure you had it set up correctly. So you don't want to do this. Repeat, do not do this. Do not delete just yet in your own, but I'm just doing it to show you that you don't need that anymore. What you get is this. That right there, my friends, is a UV texture. So I can actually go in. Let's this is the UV texture here in the UV texture editor, and also, which is probably the most useful thing here, is you can go to this location. Actually, just left click on the little folder thing, and now you have a wood1 polysurface 3.tga, which I'm about to rename to baked sword.tga. Hit open just to make sure it's selected, and then hit reload, because right now, whoops, go back to the file, hit reload just to make sure. And it's still selected. If you don't hit reload, it'll use the previous texture. Since it was the UV texture to begin with, it won't really affect anything. But if you change textures, you need to hit reload. If you hit edit, it will select it and open it in Photoshop. In fact, that's actually what I wanted to show you there. I wanted to go in here and open this with Photoshop just so you can see that I'm not just... Nope, that's the wrong one, sorry. That was the one I was testing out earlier. Baked Sword, Adobe Photoshop. You still have to UV map, but now you have your texture completely done, and you don't even need to open up Photoshop to do that. One of the advantages to using Maya, I suppose, although 3ds Max should have similar options. Alright, now I can save this Tutorial Knife 5, and the next step is I am going to tell you about the file setup that you need for exporting to the Counter-Strike Source game engine and using this as a knife model.